Vi, the one
It's
who...
pronounced Vi.
So
Pronounced
you'll be able to-
Vi. It's pronounced Vi.
Andy, while I pull up this island, you could just say a little something.
Oh, sure, yeah. Andy Cole, otherwise known as Andy Cole Andy. First summer 2009, most recent summer 2016. You probably know me more by t-shirts I've made than anything at this point.
Do you have a favorite t-shirt you made?
It's this one that's coming out for this summer. It is very
Even-
good.
Even better than the truck?
By a factor of 10.
So, over the last few days, after you have gotten out your little treasure hoard, you have stayed inside the building at your little campsite, just gathered some resources from the surrounding islands. You found some tools, chopped down some trees, and where are you guys going from here?
Aren't we going to Maria's aunt?
Well, here's the thing. We're several days behind schedule. Ganymede has most definitely reached her by now, and we would probably be walking into a trap. So my thought is that we know Ganymede wants the Dwarven crown. What if we prove that he's a bad person by going and helping the dwarves and the Dwarven crown and the Dwarven army, and then, helping defeat Ganymede that way?
I think the problem might be if we go to that, it's gonna become the Elven army is gonna march on the Dwarven army. The two options we have, essentially, I think, are we're either going to have to go to your aunt and try to convince her that Ganymede's wrong and we're better and stop it there, or we have to go to the dwarves and try to basically we're gonna be preparing the doors for war because the elves will come with if your aunt believes Ganymede, and to be 100% honest, the elves will win if they go into an all-out war because they can siege and the dwarves are not ready for
Well, the elves can attack Bagradas, right?
that. Yeah.
The elves can attack Bagradas, and they can wipe out Bagradas. It is deserts. It is
The
not rich.
dwarves have no chance. We have no chance.
The dwarves are kind of an independent city-state, and they will have backup from the nation in the bottom right, which is Damdor, which is one of the strongest militaries ever, because the dwarves, they don't play around when it comes to warfare. So, the dwarves have those roots back in Damdor.
Does anybody have seafaring as a...
I know, I don't.
Okay, thank you.
I would like to shapeshift into looking like the most recent captain we have seen anywhere.
So, Andy, very interesting point you make, because changelings, if they morph into a specific person, they can get one of that person's abilities. Which means if you morph into a captain, you can learn sailing.
That sounds great. Did the Golden Ship have a captain? Did we like him?
No.
No.
Okay, I wanna maybe who his first mate was. Whoever when we were on the Golden Ship, whoever seemed like they were the most skilled.
Would that happen to be the guy that we were talking to that was in direct contact with me the entire time?
Yes,
Would he
that
be
was
most senior?
the first mate, or the actual the helmsman.
Then that's who you want to be, Andy. Just remember that Vi was the one
it's
who...
pronounced Vi.
Vi was the one who was the sympathetic one to him being trapped, so we might want to have him talk. My second question is, in these surrounding kingdoms, Asaloni is obviously hostile to us. Is Bagradas hostile to us? And is Thambar hostile to us? Which one are not hostile to us? Is basically what I'm trying to find.
Something to think about is none of these nations themselves are against you. Asaloni is not against you. The independent city-state of Ganymede's rule is against you, and he is not against you. He's not against Bagradas either. He's against the independent city-state of the dwarves that is within Bagradas. So it's kind of these two minor things that are maybe bullying their big nations to fight each other.
Why don't we go down to, what is it? Did you say it was Damdor?
So Damdor is way in this bottom right, but it is connected through underground tunnels, which is called the Underdark, which goes underneath this entire continent.
We don't want to go to the Underdark at level 4.
Well, just remember, in Azamar, I got connections.
No, you don't.
Could I find familiar? Could I find a messenger hawk or something and send a bird to Damdor?
If Maria sends a message to Damdor, then we try to go to her aunt. We cover our bases.
while you guys are fixing up a big ship over the next 2 days, it's going to take like 5 days to fix it up, okay?
Okay.
You see this, like a storm rolls in, you guys move inland. It's not a big deal. The storm rolls over, and you get back in the morning, back to work. There was a little bit of a setback, nothing awful. And you think you see something off in the distance, just a little speck.
Just so you guys know, that big ship might be hard for 1, 2, 3, 4 experienced sailors to sail.
You gotta teach them to get their mate, Andy.
Oh boy.
We can be pulling rope.
It's line,
It's
so
line,
you're fired.
Max.
How far are we from land, we think?
It's a good
From
question.
the mainland?
We're
We have no
guessing
idea.
probably 2 days. I'm gonna guess around 2 to 3 days.
Don't forget, Andy or Vi has the seafaring skills,
It's
so
pronounced
he'll be able to
Phi.
Fi, sorry,
Fi.
Fi Dog has seafaring skills, so he can basically use the sextants or anything that we have to find out where we are. So that's not so big of a deal. So let's just find out where we are. I don't know what he has to roll to do that, Connor, but we'll do that, and then we'll get a better idea of where we are. And
Connor, is that speck any closer?
So, say you guys were sitting on the beach strategizing for an hour. It does seem a bit closer, but if it were like a ship sailing for you guys, it would be on you. It almost feels like it's drifting inwards.
Is it even remotely close enough to be able to roll perception?
If you look around for some tools in the ships, maybe. Might
Yeah.
find a
Or
telescope.
since we have a functioning lifeboat, could we paddle the lifeboat out a little bit?
Yeah.
And try to get closer.
How about Maria and I can do that, but you guys should talk to Vi while we're doing that.
So Maria and Max, you guys start paddling out. Elliot, Andy, and Chuck, you guys are good to talk to good old tied up Thorin.
Do we still
Which-
have this dude tied to a tree?
Yeah.
Oh my
Alright.
god.
Can I get a quick brief on why Thorin's upset with us, a little where we're at with him?
Okay, well, I'll do it because he's my brother, essentially. So, we're adopted. We're elves, but we're adopted dwarves. Essentially, he wanted to go find his real parents.
You're not my real dad.
Exactly, because we never met them because they abandoned us when we were babies. So we never did that. He's mad because I stopped him. I caught him because he was working with Ganymede, and he's somewhat part of Ganymede's plan to get the Dwarven crown. We don't really know how though.
We're gonna find out.
so, Fi Dog,
It's pronounced Vi.
whatever. Vi Dog, you should shapeshift back into yourself, and then we will stand back and then just be like, because you had a conversation when he was in jail in the brig on the ship where you played him for you tried to be his ally and be like, I don't like what the group is doing by imprisoning you and capturing the ship to try to gain some trust.
Yeah.
So what I think you should do is be like, hey, we should escape this and see if he can give you any information. Like, we've rebuilt the ship, let's get out of here. This is a terrible idea. Ganymede's going to kill us if we do this, and see if he can give you any information.
Yeah, I think I'm voting for the let's stop tying Max's brother to trees and lying to him approach.
I'm a second on that.
So Andy, last time when we got on the island, they all went off exploring. I stayed back on the beach and basically had a legitimate conversation.
Just beat the hell out of Thorin for a couple hours.
No, I had a legitimate word conversation.
With your
Yeah,
negative
what-
3 charisma.
What do we have to do to get this guy to be with us rather than
Then
against
when
us?
we got attacked by whatever weird shadow demon monster things were haunting our house, I lent him my sword so he could defend himself.
Okay.
Then the next morning, Max tied him to a tree again. Max is not a good brother.
So you two
Okay.
walk up to him, and he says, "Can I have some water?"
Poor
You're a
kid.
jerk, Max.
Yeah,
I didn't stop him getting water.
You tied him to a tree.
All right. I want to say, of course, and I want to fetch him some water from my water skin.
So he thanks you. He says, "Any idea of when we're getting out of here? Anything I could do to get off of this dreadful shadow demonic island, I will do."
I will be completely honest. We're fixing up one of the boats. We're going after King. But we're worried because we've been stuck on this island, that wherever we go is going to have a head start, and they have already turned very powerful people against us, including his own supporters, who already literally blew us out of the water on the boat.
Says if you get me to one of the elven towns, I can navigate you from there. I just need a landmark on elven soil that I can work off of. So you guys paddle out to this thing, and you see it is a ship, in fact. This
Big ship, little ship.
has... It's a medium-sized ship. It appears to have cannons on it, but it doesn't look like a warship. It has these like light blue sails, like light blue checkered sails. You recognize the sigil as a merchant that regularly supplied goods to you as a child.
Okay.
So this is just a merchant ship that appears to be caught up in the storm, and they are a little bit damaged.
Signal fire. All in favor?
You make a signal fire, and the ship, you start seeing like these large oars go out from the bottom, and they start rowing in towards the island.
I think the majority of the party should hide, and it should look like Maria and Elliot, because Elliot and Maria are.
Yep.
Maria can sell that Elliot is her like squire. Already got that job that he's looking
Bodyguard.
Bodyguard.
Squire.
I want to shapeshift to look exactly like Maria. And I want to be her twin sister for this.
Right.
Harrell does not approve of this idea.
But can you stop him from doing it?
Okay, but here's the problem, Fifey. You don't have the knowledge that I have. You can look like me, but you're gonna sound awfully dumb.
You have
That's
telepathy. Telepathy.
Telepathy.
Somebody tie up Fifey.
No. My goal is not to undermine you, I promise. My goal is to barter prices down by us arguing about what is a decent price for something.
Yeah, but these merchants are probably well aware of me. If I know who they are, they know who I am, and they know that I don't have a twin sister.
Let's find out.
So, the ship, they come up, they send out a rowboat, and they start, like, yelling, like, are you guys okay? Like, we got caught up in the storm. Are these your ships? They look... What do you need? We have goods on board. Feel free to come paddle out to us. How many of you are there? They just keep bombarding you with these questions.
Are they right here or here?
Yeah, the second ping. This one right here.
Attach a rope to us?
Wait,
Just
Maria.
to the boat so we can quickly pull it in.
Wait, no. If Maria and I both go on there, we both have fire. We can just make fire.
Maria's really good at shooting it too.
Exactly. I'll go too because I can actually aim it.
Okay, rude.
Right? I didn't hurt your feelings. I just said you're not the best at aiming.
I blame the rigged dice.
I do too.
That's Chuck's excuse for every time he rolls a 1 or a 2.
Oh, it's terrible.
Okay, well,
That's his
let's be
excuse when he
honest.
says anything below an 8.
That's the only time that I've ever burned you, Elliot, is because bad rolls.
I'm not arguing against you. I was making fun of Chuck for always rolling like single-digit numbers.
I always do roll single
Yeah, let's just go into the boat.
Yeah.
Worst case scenario, we burn the boat down. Best case scenario, we get a free ride.
Could be a boat.
Oh, you're ringing just... The boat's staying. That's fine. Just the oars.
Okay, just the oars. We're just doing oars.
Did we bring Thorin?
Yeah, we're taking Thor. We can't leave him on the island.
Gee, that's so nice of you, Max.
Bro, my mom would kill me. I can't do that.
You guys
You.
get on this ship.
You can't.
Let's put you all together.
It's cute.
It's very serious.
What's are we trying to hitch a ride here, folks?
So they hop on, and the captain walks down, and he says, "Welcome aboard. How can we help you today? Are you stranded on this island?"
Yes.
My sister and I are looking for some wares.
Yes, we are stranded. Where are you headed?
They say, is Tarell Whitesmith, is that you?
Do I recognize who that is?
So he knew you when you were a child. You don't recognize him. He was just the merchant that delivered your family food. This is like a royal merchant.
Very happily and excitedly, I say, yes, it is. I can't believe you recognize me.
He says, there's the reports, they say that you died at sea.
What have you heard? What's the news from home?
He says, we'll have plenty of time on our journey. Just Please introduce me to your friends.
No, first tell me what's the news.
So you're gonna have to make a persuasion check. No, Chuck, get away from the steering wheel.
Can anybody give me help for this persuasion check?
Yeah, I got. Oh, I think it
It's
should be
called
Andy.
the
to be honest.
helm.
Yeah, well, can I just step in and say, it would actually be really important if you tell us the news first. It's imperative.
So Vice steps
Tell us what he
in,
knows.
and he says, "I
Yes,
think it'd be
advantage.
very helpful." And he says, he believes that you are the real Tarell. He says, Tarell, who is this?
I want to say, this is my sister, Barrel.
So you have to make a deception check. So he's convinced. He says, anyways, Tarell, come with me. Barrel, I will love to make your acquaintance later.
I don't go anywhere without a member of my party. I'm sorry.
You're not going
That's how
anywhere.
I was
I'm
taught.
going.
You know, he's asking for Andy to go with him.
Okay, wait. No, I should pause. And I should drop my form, and I should say, I'm sorry, this is only going to get us into trouble. I was just fooling around. This is, in fact, Tarell, and I want to take on my normal shapeshifter form. We need these guys to trust us. We want them to give us a ride.
So he's very confused. He says, I would just love to make acquaintance with the rest of your party before we proceed, and before I say any sensitive information. Do you have any more Tarells on this ship?
I raise my hand.
I would love to meet your entire party.
Allow me to introduce myself. My
What's your
name is Truck Owlbreaker. I'm a paladin of noble, orcish, and human birth. The evil Gamamede has killed my brother in a foreign language.
I sent a
Foreign world,
message to Truck Owlbreaker to shush.
and I have cut off his arm, and he escaped us. Please
Truck,
help
you
us.
were saying too much.
Shut up, guitar lady, and I will finish what I'm saying. That I would be honored if you would get me to the closest place where we need to go.
Truck,
I still love you. I still love you. I still love you. You have a sweet guitar, staff, but I need to know that I am the most holy of paladins and request services of this fine crew.
So Chuck, you're gonna have to make a charisma check. Or else he's not gonna believe anything that you said.
Of course he doesn't.
No. That was a save, not a check. He needs to roll a different. He needs to roll again. That was not the right thing to roll.
Is he always like this?
I just slowly shake my head and apologize profusely.
No need to apologize. I am a noble man. You don't have to believe me.
I glance over my shoulder and send a message to Riker to come forward, please.
He says, you look to be a military man. He says, if you're ever looking for any kind of employment, a friend of Tarell is a friend of mine.
So Riker, you said hi?
Yes.
All right, so this is Riker, my right-hand man, and Garrick.
Sup?
This is Garrick. He can be trusted as well. Oh, and Thorin's with us. And that's Thorin.
He says, after the ship was attacked by the Bagradarians, everyone thought that you were dead, and the Queen instantly has mobilized pretty much all of our troops to avenge your death.